Hey, y'all, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Um, Billnocchio does it again, y'all. And I know y'all getting mad at me, Deem. You gotta address everything. Yes, I gotta address everything because I promised my subscribers that's why they love Deem, because they know I'm going to talk about it. Let's talk about it, people. Billhaney cannot help himself. Now, I just made another video talking to y'all about Billnocchio lying again. Now, I gotta do this again. I don't get no pleasure out of this. Or am I telling a Billhaney truth? I don't know. Y'all figure that one out. 40 mil Bill, what they call him, aka B Diddy, aka Billnocchio. But right now he's Billnocchio. See, I got different times of when I call him what I call him. See, when he tell lies, he's Billnocchio. When he all in front of the camera like he was with yesterday when him and when Devin and Ryan was going at it, that's B Diddy. Okay? And then when he up there on stage and talking about and doing his grandstanding and really, really in his bag, when he's in public, like doing interviews and things like that, or speaking publicly, like as far as like on the podium and things, like he about to do at this press conference, that's 40 mil Bill. You got three versions of Bill, okay? I told y'all he's coming into his final form. He said that Gervontadavis turned down devinhaney to fight Frank Martin. The only problem with that is, Bill, is that you and Ryangarcia was already signed, sealed, and delivered before we ever knew anything about a Frank Martin. That could not be true. It's absolutely not possible that part is true. Because you even admitted that you haven't talked to Al Heyman. Eddie Hearn has admitted that he hasn't talked to Al Heyman. All of these people that was involved admitted that they didn't talk to these people already. And then afterwards, well, really prior to it, actually prior to that, y'all already was set to fight Ryan Garcia. We was already hearing about y'all fighting Ryan Garcia. So the part that I'm trying to figure out is how could Gervontadavis turn down something when you already had a fight set up? That don't really make too much sense to me. How could he turn down something when you already had a fight lined up? Y'all was already signed, sealed, and delivered. See, this fight happened on April. It's going to happen on April 20th, right? Y'all, they've been promoting this fight for 3 months. We was hearing about this fight in January, February. Hold on, y'all. Let me do a quick little study. I'm about to go to my phone to actually see what was the first video I made about Ryan Garcia and devinhaney, because then that would let me know exactly how long it has been. Can y'all stay with me, please? Sorry, Billnocchio, I got to do this, but it is what it is. I know I'm going to have to scroll for a while because it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Devin. Okay, yup. This was prior to that. Yup. So it was more. Yup. So let me go to 2-3 months ago and see exactly when was the first time I was talking about this man when it came to him and Ryan Garcia. Because, like I said, y'all, that both of the things cannot be true. Now you're just telling another lie on Tank that there is no need for you to tell, my guy. There is no need for you to tell that lie. Y'all was already set to fight Ryan Garcia prior to any of this. Before we knew anything about Frank, we knew you was fighting Ryan Garcia. I predicted it, sir. I was the first person on YouTube that told y'all that they was going to fight. Dean. I was the first person telling y'all or being honestly like steadfast on that's going to be his next fight. Okay. Remember, they was in negotiations first. And then I made a video 3 months ago. Ryan and Devin will fight in 2024. That was before they that was right after their when they negotiations had fell through. That was after they negotiations that fell through. So it's been at least, y'all, 3 to 4 months that we have known that Ryan Garcia was going to fight Devin Haney. Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis, we just found out about that last month. So it's literally impossible for Gervonta Davis to have turned down something when you already had a fight lined up with Ryan Garcia. And then Bill admitted on Fanon channel that he hasn't even talked to Al Hain. He hasn't even talked to nobody from the PBC. He talked to a middleman. So I don't even know how true this part is, that he got an insider in the PBC. That's what he said. So it's probably not even nobody that's corporate, because he didn't even, because then we were asked, well, who, Bill, was that person? He said it's the somebody that knows somebody he talked to. Eddie Hearn has already said that he didn't talk to Gervonta Davis. So how can Gervonta Davis and Al Heyman and his manager and all of them turn down something when y'all already had a fight with Ryan lined up prior to all of that? Bill lies so much he don't even think about the timeline before he says stuff. My guy, we knew about you and Ryan. We knew about Ryan and Devin fighting in January, my guy. We knew about Ryan and Devin fighting in January, my dude. I made the videos about it. And then I was saying it before it even got announced. So it's probably been longer than that. But we're going to go with at least January. I was telling y'all this was going to happen. Before we even knew what Frank Martin, remember, Frank Martin just turned it down. When we found out about Ryan and Devin possibly fighting, Frank Martin had just turned that fight down in November. Devin fought in December, and I was telling y'all about Devin and Ryan in January. Eddie Hearn already said in early January, Devin and Ryan is going to fight. This has already been lined up. He said that. How can Gervonta Davis turn down something when you already have a fight lined up, my guy? And you got a mandatory after that. We're not going to leave the Sandor Martin thing out of it. Like, if Devin don't win this fight, he don't have a mandatory right after this. So he's not even available to fight Gervonta Davis again, unless somebody is going to do a promotional promotion, and then therefore you would have to call Al Heyman, because even if you call Gervonta Davis, he don't set stuff up for the PBC. The PBC would have to buy the card and put the card on. So there's no reason to even talk to Gervonta Davis, because that's only one fight. You still got to find out what Al Heyman's going to do with the undercards. Eddie Hearn would still have to talk to Al Heyman to see if he's going to get other fighters from Matchroom to go on a card, or will it just be Devin, or will it just be all PBC fighters and just Devin? These are things that Gervonta Davis is never, or you can't even ask any boxer to be in control of. Gervonta Davis is not in control of if David Benavidez is fighting on his undercard or not. They're probably going to tell him about it, but he didn't set that fight up. Al Heyman and the PBC set that fight up. He didn't set up. He's not in control if David Morrell is going to fight on his undercard. That's something the PBC does. So it's no way you get a fight with Gervonta Davis without talking to Al Heyman, because there's too many things to figure out. Well, what's going to be the purse split? Well, where the venue going to be at? Well, what's going to be, who's going to pay for the fight? Who's going to be the promotional company? Who's going to be on the undercard? What weight division are we? It's too many logistics to find out. So it's no point to even talk to Gervonta Davis until those things are even found out. The only thing you need to talk to Gervonta Davis is, hey, we got Devin Haney, and Devin Haney is willing to do what we asked him to do. Will you fight him if he sticks to this? Then that's on Gervonta Davis, yes or no. Everything else after that is not in Gervonta Davis's hands. And y'all know this as fighters. Just like we talk about the Ryan Garcia and Devin undercard, but Devin fans don't want us to give Devin any criticism for the undercard being trash. Why? Because Devin don't put that together. That was Oscar De La Hoya that did that. Thank you. It's the reason why Devin told Ryan to make sure he talked to Oscar, to tell Oscar to call them. He didn't tell Ryan for Ryan to call Devin. He told Ryan to tell Oscar to answer his phone or send a real offer. Same thing he need to do with Al Heyman. You know, the same thing that they willing to do to fight Pitbull Cruz? Oh, all right. So when Devin Haney fights somebody from the PBC, then we will understand then. But we all know he's not going to fight nobody from the PBC without fighting Gervonta Davis. So don't expect him to fight Pitbull Cruz or any of those guys over at PBC, because in order to do that, he got to fight Gervonta Davis. We all know that. So, Bill, there's no point to be sitting up here lying, my guy, when everybody knows the truth, my dude. Y'all fight come first. No Diddy. We already knew Ryan and Devin was fighting prior to us ever knowing anything about Gervonta Davis and Frank fighting. And this the other part, y'all. Everybody forget that PBC was putting on the Canelo thing. So they didn't even have time to set up. They got to set everything else up after that, around that. So it's no way Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin knew all of that. Wow. The PBC was sitting up there setting things up for next month for Canelo in a couple weeks. They got to focus on that too. All they can do is get the fights together and set up the undercard, and then now we make a venue. We got all of May to find out all the other logistics on what we're going to do at the end of June. But Al Heyman and them a couple months ago was worried about getting Canelo signed and setting this card up. Y'all, Gervonta Davis pushed his fight week back because I think Meg Thee Stallion is having a concert the week prior in Houston. So they didn't even have all of this stuff figured out yet. It's no way Gervonta Davis could have turned Devinhaney down. It's no way not to fight Frank Martin. Not to fight Frank Martin. You was already off the board, my guy. Stop with the lies, Bill. It's no, stop. Or I'm going to have to keep making this video, and I told y'all I would. So y'all already know what this is. Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.